Very wise, little ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Murgo's Beard. Let's get straight in. It's been a very eventful 6 months since my last video. We've had an abundance of exciting game news for 2025, even some from our beloved world of Albion. Thank you very much, Peter. I guess. Yet despite my most diabolical pre-showcase rituals, we heard absolutely nothing from Playground Games about Fable. It's now the Fable release year of 2025, so surely there's something bubbling in the pot. And folks, quite frankly, I'm hungry like a Balverine. Everyone is looking at you, Xbox Developer Direct. In the meantime, I'll do what I can, string together some truthfully untrue truths to stoke the fires of excitement once more. Rumours from my magical mirror abound. An insider has claimed they've seen alpha footage that we haven't. We'll get to that shortly. But first, let's rewind to my breakdown. There will be times when I quote a few of you heroes that commented on my breakdown video, but don't worry, I'll cut out your name so no one can steal your identity. You know who you are, and that's enough for me. Finally, just a small warning, due to the lack of content, I have upped the silliness a tad. So, without further ado, off to Oakfield.
Let's do it.
Before, I said I think most of the Dave trailer is set in Oakfield. I'm now certain that it's almost entirely set in Oakfield. One of you sharp-eyed heroes pointed out that this building with the second landlord sign from the Humphrey trailer is the same house as the one where the big bad Balverine attacks in the Dave trailer here. I initially thought you were spot on, as the windows seem to be similar to those seen in both Balverine scenes here and here, as opposed to the window style seen in most of the buildings in Bowerstone. Unfortunately, me being me, I simply couldn't help but investigate further, and after even larger zooms, I discovered something truly horrifying. These windows consist of two main shapes, the rhombus and the elongated hexagon, in a formation something like this, which is actually closer to those seen all over Bowerstone. Now do not get excited. We know that this isn't Bowerstone because it has a straw roof, and it's in the Dave trailer, where the only views of Bowerstone came from Bower Lake. The problem here comes from the sheriff scene, because these windows are unique. They only consist of the rhombus, in a formation like this. The roof also is not straw. It's got Mother Nature all over it, just like the houses in Bowerstone. So this has Bowerstone windows but Oakfield roofing, and this has Bowerstone roofing and unknown possibly Oakfield windows. So, I did the only sane thing to do and used the greatest game in history as reference. This is Oakfield, straw roofing and rhombus windows. This is Bowerstone, with double pattern windows. Did it help? I have no idea. But I did realize with windows alone we can draw no perfect conclusion, and so I came to a final decision using doors. The door here is different and has a more countryside nature feel to this door from Bowerstone. That makes this house 2 points Oakfield and 1 point Bowerstone. And with that, in conclusion, it's not the same house. Sorry, hero. Good news though, this means that our sheriff is in Oakfield at night here, and logically he wouldn't stray too far from his jurisdiction. Therefore, we can deduce that this tavern is also in Oakfield, which gives me further hope that this is the sign to said tavern, and that recycled NPCs 4 and 5 are not reused assets, and actually just villagers strolling around town, which is totally normal behavior. Gods, I feel like a detective. It's a bloody good job the windows seem to be region locked. I don't know what I'd do if I'd found the Oakfield windows somewhere in Bowerstone. That would throw everything out the window. Enough with the windows. Let's move on. Wait, where's my background music? What? No. It's impossible. No! And now for some thrilling sign lore. Thanks to what we just discovered, it means the landlord's signs are visible in 2 different regions, proving they are indeed the signs that we think they are, and not just extremely impractical postboxes. Though, with Fable logic, who's to say? What's that? You want more? Very well. Health potions. Here, 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 and here. We see them clearly. And it seems like we can hold a total of 3. I suspect that means we'll have a total of 3 heals at one time, and that these potions will either need to be crafted or purchased, or replenished by themselves over time using hero magic. It also wouldn't be surprising if the potions were part of a skill tree. Stronger potions, better effects, the usual RPG flair, but satisfying nonetheless. Now, let's address the Mordhau Strike debate. One of the most frequent comments on my breakdown video was towards my remark about how our hero's fingers remain intact after using her sword, quote, incorrectly. Many of you informed me that no, this is correct, as it's actually a historical technique called a Mordhau Strike. After consulting with my friend, I've concluded that while it may be a Mordhau Strike, and extremely satisfying to watch, it's still, in fact, as I said, incorrect. Historically, the Mordhau Strike was a counter to armoured foes when slashing or stabbing wouldn't suffice. Our bandit friend here, barefaced and squishy. Additionally, the technique traditionally required gloves or gauntlets. We have none. Which is why my following comment at the time was hilarious, implying magical hero skin is in play. But then again, all this only really matters if we're debating real-world immersion. In a world where Fable logic reigns, and devouring 50 pies mid-battle comes without consequence, gripping a razor-sharp blade bare-handed is about as surprising as finding sand on a beach. I'm going to get into Rumours next. I had to bring you something of potential worth, didn't I? There was a podcast, I'll link it below, and at 1 hour 37 minutes, one of the gents claims he's seen it. It, of course, being alpha footage of Playground's Fable. He says it was flumping fantastic. Playground apparently picked up the combat designer from CD Projekt Red, and the insider explicitly mentions dodge rolls, pirouettes, hack slash into execution, parry mechanics, and he described the combat using everyone's favourite word, violent. Apparently there's multiple weapon types. He mentions a large mallet, melee to spell transitions with talk of a spell that lifts things up and slams them down, which is probably this one from the Humphrey trailer. The CDPR feel is abundant and gives clear nods to The Witcher 3's combat, although it's not exactly the same. So, for those of you who haven't played or seen The Witcher, here's what we can expect. Finally, he mentions having a choice of character. So, like I mentioned before, we will get the choice of hero, don't worry about it. Unfortunately, Lena doesn't have any active social media accounts, so as much as I'd like to pester her about my prediction, I must remind myself that patience is a virtue. She will inform us all at the appropriate time. However, another anonymous hero, and you definitely know who you are, thinks I'm dead wrong, and believes it sounds much more like Amelia Tyler, the unbelievably talented narrator from Baldur's Gate 3. I hear why you might think so, friend, but I'm sticking to my guns on this one. So let's make a little game out of it. I'll pin a comment at the bottom of this video, and those of you who wish to participate can do so. There will be 3 choices behind our mysterious antagonist. Team Murgo, who thinks Lena Headey, Team Hero, who thinks Amelia Tyler, and for you rebel folk who think otherwise, Team Reaver. Please tell us your prediction with a comment. And the winner, by the way, will receive a prize. Take it away, Murgo.
Why, hello, children! Consider this. If you are right, I offer you any single item of my mystical merchandise, completely free of charge. Now, just remember, we are not responsible for incapable postmen.
Thank you, Murgo. I had hoped my second major video would feature a new trailer, but alas, we can only cook with the ingredients available. Xbox are doing a developer direct later this month, so let's hope this mysterious question mark here is exactly what we want it to be. I suspect there's 2 types of audience members at this stage. Those who had an absolute blast, and those who are thinking, what in the hells did I just watch? Whatever the case, to all who watch, comment, like, subscribe, I'm unbelievably grateful. You are all my heroes. I never even imagined seeing subscriber numbers above double digits on my channel, but as of the making of this video, I have 304 guild members. You've all been so kind and supportive, and seeing you enjoy my videos truly fills me with happiness. I hope I can continue to provide you with entertainment during our wait for Fable, and maybe even post-release. Although, I am hoping I don't have to go through another window investigation. Anyway, once again, I've rambled on enough. Thanks for watching. See you all next time.